Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that the video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic. And maybe you will also let me know where you're watching the video from. The county or the country in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, Junet Mohamed today led mass walkout of Azimio MPs from Parliament after Moses Wetangula, the Speaker of the National Assembly, declared Kenya Kwanza as the majority party in the National Assembly.
Honorable members, understanding Order 172, the Committee on Selection is responsible for nominating members to serve in all committees, including the remaining 17 sessional committees that I listed yesterday in the communication on resumption of sittings for the fourth session and the lapse and reintroduction of business. I urge the committee to prioritize the constitution of the Budget and Appropriations Committee in light of the communication that I gave you earlier on the budget policy statement. In summary, therefore, honorable members, I guide as follows. The Kenya Kwanza coalition is the majority party in the House. Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition party is the minority party in the House. To the extent that I have not received any communication of the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition party or the Kenya Kwanza coalition replacing their leadership in the House, the leadership existing as at the end of the last session remains the leadership of this House. I thank you. Yes, Millie, this was your point of order. Honorable members, I am not opening any debate.
That move by Junet Mohamed to lead mass walkout of Azimio MPs is significant politically speaking, and I want us to talk about it.
But let me tell you something. It is going to be messy, it is going to be noisy, and it is going to have casualties. It is going to have casualties, I can promise you. The first casualty. Yeah, and we can see it is getting smelly already. From the way Parliament is being handled, it is getting smelly. We don't feel any broad-based arrangement in Parliament. No. There is nothing. Broad-based is in the executive only. Parliament has no broad-based mechanism. We are not there. So, with the permission of my fellow colleagues, I have told you, going forward, it's not going to be business as usual. Correct. And we have withdrawn our members from the House Business Committee. Yes. I am sure they have just said, as many of that opinion, we will whip them if they put them there. Yes. They will have their own House Business Committee, their own. Yes. Which will also challenge in court, in public, in private, everywhere.
And the biggest question is, why would Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance walk out of the National Assembly? Are they planning to join Rigathi Gachagua? Or is William Ruto setting up Moses Wetangula for impeachment?
Let's go. Majority leader.
this video, I want us to do that critical analysis. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let us dive in. The court made a ruling, and their ruling was very clear, and to me it made sense. According to the High Court, Kenyans made a decision at the ballot. That's when they elected the majority party and the minority party. And according to the outcome, according to IBC, Azimio and Kenya Kwanza had the highest number of elected MPs. So according to the High Court, all these other things you are seeing do not really matter. Whether another MP moves to the other side, that doesn't matter. What matters is that Kenyans made the decision when they were going to the ballot that we are voting for Azimio, we are voting for Kenya Kwanza. But the Speaker of the National Assembly, in my view, could not agree to that. Because I'm told William Ruto was comfortable with Azimio and Kenya Kwanza taking leadership of the House. But yesterday, William Ruto met with his team and legal advisors, and he was advised against allowing ODM or Azimio for that matter to take charge of the House.
Tumerudi sasa square one.
Square one sasa. Square zero. 2022.
So the truth of the matter is that in real sense, Azimio should be the majority party in the National Assembly. But based on the current political setup, there's no way they can be allowed to take that role. So the truth of the matter is that William Ruto feared impeachment. He was advised that with Rigathi Gachagua out of the picture, out of Parliament, out of Kenya Kwanza, and with Raila Odinga going for the AU, and we still don't know his game plan, it was going to be dangerous for him to agree to an arrangement where Azimio and Kenya Alliance were going to be the majority party. Because majority party normally controls House businesses, which means they'll determine which bills will be taken before the House. They are given the priorities, government businesses. There is no way William Ruto was going to allow that. Because Azimio would not stop anybody from bringing impeachment motion against William Samoei Arap Ruto. So Ruto was advised, and that's why he instructed Speaker Wetangula not to allow that plan to go through. Number two, William Ruto was also advised that the moment Azimio and Kenya Kwanza are going to assume the majority leadership of the House, it was going to bring questions about the legitimacy of William Ruto's presidency. The truth of the matter is that as we speak, William Ruto is ruling at the mercy of ODM members of parliament who are currently working with him under some broad-based arrangement. But just like James Orengo indicated that William Ruto should leave office because Azimio won. So Kenyans were going to be like, okay, this guy's rigged. Because William Ruto went very fast. He brought together those other people to have that legitimacy.
Remember, Azimio and Kenya Kwanza formed broad-based government. So they are actually both of them the majority, Mr. Speaker. I would want you to understand that. What you should be doing is paving the way and creating the way for the new opposition. For the new opposition that will be coming, Mr. Speaker, when Wamunyoro party will be coming to this house, Mr. Speaker. So what I'm trying to tell you, Mr. Speaker, we do not have a minority, Mr. Speaker.
No, you remove Azimio from Kenya Kwanza, Then from Kenya Kwanza, Rigathi Gachagua also takes his members. That was not going to be good for him. So he had to ensure that scheme was stopped. Number 3, and this is the fear, especially with most of Kenya Kwanza leaders, especially the leadership of the House, that if that court ruling were allowed to take effect, someone, because we know Kenyans were going to court, that a Kenyan was going to go to court. Number 3, there was also the fear, especially amongst Kenya Kwanza leaders, that if Azimio were declared the majority party, then there was a high chance that someone was going to go to court to challenge the decisions made by Parliament when Kenya Kwanza was the majority. For example, there was this IBC selection panel, which was elected by a committee which was constituted based on numbers, either majority or minority. Kenya Kwanza, being the majority, had an extra member. So someone was going to go to court, and that was the biggest fear. And number 4, Moses Wetangula himself had interest in the matter, because the same court ruled that Moses Wetangula cannot be the Speaker of the National Assembly and also the leader of Ford Kenya. So if he were to obey that High Court ruling, then ignored one where he was being told you cannot be the two, you can clearly see there was going to be some conflict of interest. So it came as a relief for Moses Wetangula, because he actually now used one stone to kill 2 birds. And lastly, the future of broad-based government. It will not be business as usual again. And I want you to take this to the bank. Raila Odinga will be elected the chair of the African Union Commission on Saturday. Once he's elected, we're going to see a lot of changes in the Republic of Kenya, politically speaking. Broad-based government will only be broad-based if these changes are effected. I don't know what you think, because Junet is the one who spoke, and Junet Mohamed is the mouthpiece of Raila Odinga. Let us wait and see how all this thing is actually going to unfold. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, this is your boy Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.